One of the most straightforward ways to set up a development environment for C++ on a Mac is to use Xcode, which can be found on the App Store. And so we'll just search for Xcode, tell it we want to get and install that. Put in your Apple ID and password. And after you've authenticated, your download will start. The installation process. This will take some time, so we will fast forward to a later part. So about 31 minutes into the install, we're nearly done. So you can see one of the drawbacks may be this is not the quickest setup. And if we look at the launch pad, we can see it's in the process of installing here too, and we got 7.81 gigabytes of that we're downloading for the development environment. So it's not quickly installed, and it's also not the smallest footprint on your computer. So it will take a little bit of time to set it up, and you do need to have a little bit of free space on your drive. At the 38-minute mark, we get the open here, so it's installed now. So we could open it from here. We can also go to our launch pad, and now we have Xcode here, so we'll click it and run it from there. It pops up with our license agreement. We'll agree to that. Enter our password to make changes in software. And it will now install some of the components we need for the first time we're setting it up. And about 11 minutes later, looks like we finished on the progress bar. Okay, we start with this project window, so we'll go ahead and create a new Xcode project. On the project template, we're going to go ahead and select Mac OS, and then we'll select the command line tool and click Next. We'll go ahead and give a product name, and we'll just say this is our first program. Keep the user. We'll change our language to C++. Under organization, we'll go ahead and just type in first org, but you can put whatever you want for that. We'll click Next. So I've got my first program over here. I want to look at the code. So I'm going to click at the main .cpp file, the C++ file, and notice they've already filled in some code for us, and then if we want to run that, we can just go up and click this to build and run it. And if we look at the output window, it has our output here, so that's where our command line interaction would be for our C++ program. And then anytime into the future, we would just start Xcode the same way and run our code that way. So this is definitely one way to write C++ code on a Mac. not the smallest footprint, maybe not the quickest to set up, but it is fairly straightforward because it's built in and you can find it fairly easily in the App Store.